Master John Madden, they call me Juanito in Mexico, and I want to make some comments about different styles of travel, including relocating to a different country, like the expats here in Mexico. What are the reasons you do it? Uh, One reason is for economy. It's cheaper in Mexico. Some people come here to make their social security or whatever their money is stretch better. Another is safety, choosing where you're going to be safe. Mexico is widely thought to be dangerous, but that's bogus. It's only in the cartel areas. Otherwise, it's dramatically safer than the US. Another reason is adventure. People go for adventures to see things they don't get to see at home, and that's valid. That's pretty good. My brother just had an adventure in Hawaii driving a road that he found out later is one of the most treacherous roads in the world. And he felt really good about that. He negotiated it as well as he did. And that's a good memory. People do medical travel. People come to Mexico for medical and dental and optical. I travel for inner adventure. I travel to change my consciousness. And I'm in Mexico to swim in the ocean because it changes my consciousness. I get wildly high floating in the water. And to learn different ways of being a person from Latinos, who is Mexico's most closely guarded secret. At least the U.S. doesn't get it. You can learn. The Mexican people know a lot about how to be a healthy, happy person that the U.S. people could learn from. And I'm learning from. I'm like a sponge, soaking it up. And here in the Riviera Maya, there's the whole indigenous wisdom. And the U.S. has done a lousy job of integrating. It's mostly a hippie thing to try to learn from the indigenous people. Countercultural. The culture hasn't gotten it that those people we systematically exterminated, that we performed genocide towards, and we still keep in their little areas, their reservations. We don't let them mix too much because we're afraid of them. For a good reason, because they will change you if you let them. So I'm in Mexico to learn how to be a better person. And I kept fishing with my brother with his story about Hawaii for signs that it had affected his consciousness. I hadn't gotten any signal that he had mixed with the locals. Now, back in the 70s, Barry Stevens, one of the early Gestalt therapists, wrote a book called Don't Push the River, It Flows by Itself. It was a cult classic. And she said, I moved to Hawaii because I could not learn different models of sexuality. I couldn't learn a different paradigm for relating to my sexuality in the US, but they've got it in Hawaii. And I'm sure they still, in certain areas, do. Well, I bet not many people go to Hawaii for that. Yesterday I was down at the local resort and hanging out in the smoking lounge outside where I have conversations with people. And there was a couple from North Dakota who are living in Bahia Principe, which is not a gated community, but it's basically a community of American expats, mostly, as far as I can tell. And based on them and the other guy I know who lives down there, it's a place where you go so you can be with other expats like yourself and be protected, sheltered from the local culture, and you don't have to deal with Mexicans. I came so close to saying that to them. Well, how about Tulum? You like Tulum? No, we don't like Tulum. Playa del Carmen? No, we don't like Playa del Carmen. The little pueblo? No, we kind of avoid that. I said, I didn't say. I so much wanted to say. So not liking things is one of your superpowers. Good job. And you've managed to spend time in Mexico. You have a condo. You come here on a regular basis. Sheltered from the local culture so you don't have to learn a different way to be. No wonder you're so boring and bored. They were bored and boring, incredibly boring. I wanted to shoot myself. It was so boring trying to talk to them. Yeah. Well, that's the danger of travel, is that you get contaminated. It'll shake you up, get you out of your comfort zone. So some people learn how to travel to Mexico and stay as comfortable as if they had stayed in their cozy little bed in the western suburbs of Chicago. Yeah, it's not why I'm here. No. I want them to infect me, and they are. They're changing me day by day. I just was listening to a long video where I talked about the magical mystery tour of one day in Mexico, confusing me again and again and again and again. And that's what I'm here for, is to get confused. Stir it all up. Stir me up. Change me, Mexico. Take me. Yeah, take me. Whew. Okay.